Yeah, so guys, how you guys doing today? Welcome, guys. I wanted to talk about different things tonight, but the breaking news are just coming out from the genius himself, Fabricio Romano. Jadon Sancho is officially a a United player. My bad. So like for like 999 years, he's been signing, he's been coming home. Finally, officially, the Wonder Boy is here, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. Officially done and dusted. So we wish the BVB fans, we wish you guys the best of luck in terms of Sancho departure, and we wish the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer team players and the Glazers United, wish them congratulations to them on getting. For me, I'll call him like one of the most talented young player in world football at the moment. For me, people may say Kylian Mbappe, yes, but for me, in terms of his contribution to goals and everything, I think Jadon Sancho is up there in terms of contribution of goals and scoring goals too. So for me, congratulations to all United fans, Red Devil Studio, Sahil, Chimere, everybody. Like congratulations on getting Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. So we're gonna talking about the round of 16 for the Hero. We're also gonna be talking about the prediction for the like possible who's gonna be the favorite to win it in the
Yeah,
quarterfinals, and also we're gonna be talking underdog also too. So we're gonna talk a little bit about it. So firstly, let's talk about the big news, the biggest one, Sancho. So Chimere, give me your take on him. Since last year, we've been hearing since 1,199 years. He's been saying he's coming home. Officially, Jadon Sancho is here. So give me your honest opinion about it. How happy are you? Is here.
I mean, I'm happy because it's a signing, but I'm not like over the moon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I still want more signings. Like, I want us to spend 400 mil if we have to. If we got to, like, that's what I want. Honestly, like, I mean, Sancho's a good signing, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
enough to. It's not enough for me to definitely say like, oh yeah, we're a contender. You know what I mean? Like, still have so many holes in our team. Set piece defending ain't great. We still need a defensive midfielder. We need another center back still.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we still have so many flaws in the team. And is Cavani going to get us 20 goals next season? He's 30. He's going to be 35 by the end of the year next year. Greenwood is still young. Is he going to be scoring? Is he ready to bang in 20 goals? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like there's so many question marks still for me to say, oh yeah, we get Sancho. Well, yeah, we're going to win the title. You know, to have so many holes on the team. It's a good signing though, because the reason I'm confident with Sancho is because we've been scouting him for years. You know what I mean? Like the same way we scouted Bruno for a while. And Bruno ended up being a success.
Yeah.
So the fact that we've scouted him for a while, we've been watching him, tells me he's gonna be. It tells me, gives me confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like a lot of people say Oli and whatnot, but Oli, honestly, all the attacking players that play better under Oli than managers. Rashford's playing well. He played well. He's played the best under Oli. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Bruno played well under Oli.
Luke
Greenwood
Shaw.
is yeah. Luke Shaw's played better under Oli.
Dude,
Greenwood's
Luke Shaw
developed.
looks like the best left back in the world. I'm not even capping right now.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
even capping.
These are all under Oli. Like what's his name? Greenwood's developed under Oli. You know. So I don't think people say Oli, but Oli's when you look at Oli's tracker with attacking players, has been good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
To
I
be
think
fair,
Sancho
I
be
have a
good.
question. I have a question for you because a lot of the players that you say are improving under Oli, yeah, a lot of those players were not in it. Were like relatively young under Mourinho, and they've gotten closer to their prime ever since Oli came in. Like, don't you think? Do you think the fact that they've just grown and gotten closer to their prime years and matured, do you think that also has a big effect, or do you think it's only down to Oli that they've improved? Like, because Luke Shaw's 25, so he's basically nearing his prime. But can you come? Do you think his improvement is solely down to Oli, or also because like he's grown up, matured? Because he was 22, he was still relatively young under Mourinho. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's probably a combination of both. But like, did you hear what
Mm-hmm.
Luke Shaw said about Marino? I mean, you know, it's obvious that him and Marino weren't getting along. Marino's not really a coach that develops guys. Like Marino wants to win now. He wasn't playing Rashford like that. He didn't have time for Rashford to develop. He's just like, you know,
Yeah.
I want guys that can win now. Because Luke Shaw even said that about.
Guys, Chimere, before you continue, Fabricio just tweeted out Nunes Espirito Santo is a Tottenham Hotspur manager. It's confirmed.
You know, mid-table manager, mid-table club. But
That's
uh
that's unfair, man. That's unfair.
no, I'm just joking, man. But yeah, man, like I think Sancho will be fine, man. Because I think like people, because if Sancho didn't go to United, I don't really see what the better move for him would have been. He's going to be in a team where he's going to play consistently. You know, he's playing with other young players on the team also.
Yeah,
and he's playing in his home country. I don't really see what other move would have been the
and
best.
he's playing with his friend. You know.
Yeah, he's playing with his friends. Yeah, he's going to be more comfortable. Hey, Red Devil.
Sancho. I mean, I'm not even this. The thing is, I don't feel anything because it's been dragged out for so long. That I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. That's literally just how I feel. Like I'm not that bothered. And I know that sounds bad. I'm sure it'd be great for Man United, but the way that the deal has been dragged on for like almost plus a year,
No.
It's just like, yeah, it'll be good. Let's see what happens. To be honest, I'm more excited to see how this Euros is going to end than I am right now with the whole Jadon Sancho news. Like for me, it's like secondary.
For sure.
But that's the thing. Like Red Devil, I think the thing with United is because they drag out deals so long and they take so long to address problems. That by the time they address problems, there are new problems elsewhere that needs addressing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
And I also think it's because you are not seeing Sancho at the Euros. That's why you're not as happy. But like,
yeah, I mean, there's that, but I think it stems to like this is a deal that should have been done last summer. It should have been done. I mean, fair play. They'll think, yeah, listen, we've saved what I think they wanted 120 last summer, so we saved 30 million euros.
have you seen that you're going to be paying it for 5 years?
Yeah, exactly. You know, so
for 5 years. So you're not even like dashing out like it's only the summer.
So but yeah, it'll be good.
Hello, people. How you guys doing today?
Mute your mic. Let them talk. Mute your mic.
Is
Mute your
everyone
mic.
good?
Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Just mute your mic. I will kick
Hey,
you
Red
out.
Devil.
I will kick you out. Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Hey, Red Devil. Since you're interested in the Euros still, you want to
Yeah.
give us your quick thoughts on who's gonna win, real quick?
We'll talk about it. I just want us to finish.
Oh
up
yeah.
this.
Sorry,
no
go
problem.
ahead.
We'll talk about
It's
it.
coming home. It's coming home.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
So yeah, I'll just round. Oh, I'll check DM just about the how we're gonna go about, because I'm doing a stream at 10 or something. But yeah, I'll message you on DMs, not on here. But yeah. So in summary, I think it's a good signing. I'm happy that we eventually signed Jadon Sancho. But if you want me to be perfectly honest, I don't really feel any excitement, anything like right now, because the excitement's been taken out by how long it's been done to take. And right now, the Euros, to be honest, are far more interesting than what's going on with Sancho. But we'll see.
Good. Chile, we finish up your talk before we move. Before we go to the other guys.
I'm actually glad Sancho's not playing the Euros, man. That's another guy we don't have to worry about getting injured. Like, I'm glad he's not playing the Euros because Rashford, man, it looks like Rashford is. It doesn't look like Rashford's healthy. Like, I'm hearing that he might need surgery in the offseason.
He's going to need surgery. Not even the off. He's going to need. It looks like he's probably going to be out for the first part of next season. Says reports. That's why this deal was also good to do as well, because if Rashford's out, there's rumors that Daniel James might go out on loan. So when you actually look at who's actually playing in United front six, you know, you're going to essentially have Martial, Cavani, Sancho, and as backups to those in case any of those get injured, which is still is likely because Cavani can't play 2 games in the week and Martial has still injury issues. You're going to have to bring Ahmad and Greenwood. Those are your backups, basically. You know, so it's
Red Devil. That's not good though, man. Why is he going to the Euros? Why was Rashford in the Euros?
Ask Southgate and Solskjaer.
Oh, that's sus, man. I don't like that, like, at all. That's risking your players' like future career, let alone a tournament right now. You get what I mean? That's like
where's bathing? Please, where's bathing there? Where's bathing? Somebody's bathing?
I don't know who that is. No, oh yeah, Yassir's in twice. So there's feedback. That's why. You need to take.
Are you bathing or are you using your toothpaste or what's going on, man?
Abdullah, you need to take. There's 2 Yassirs. You need to take one of them out.
Do you remember when Barcelona was in the toilet? on YouTube to stream in the shower.
Yeah. So wow. So Abdul, give me your take on the man himself, the Wonder Boy, Jadon Sancho.
I don't know, man. I really don't know because, like, brother, like I don't know if you know this, but I'm a law student. I don't have time to be watching like Bundesliga in my spare time.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. And even when Dortmund play in the Champions League, I don't watch them because I'm watching my team. I'm watching United so I can laugh with them. And I'm just joking. I'm just joking. All right, devil. And Arsenal. But now I just haven't seen him play regularly enough to like form an opinion. Obviously, he's highly rated. His stats are really nice, really good.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Like I'm just happy overall that he's in the Prem now, a league that I actually watch. So that's just a plus for everyone because we're gonna get to see more of him where we actually watch. So, but I'm just hoping for the best. I do think that it was a mistake buying him right now because I think the United have other problems that are more of higher priority because I think I can't see them buying a CDM. I think a centre back is of what I'm hearing is of higher priority, and the only way they can keep Pogba. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you don't get that CDM, Pogba, he's not going to be happy to stay because he's forced to play on the left wing because he can. I mean, escape the defensive duty that he dislikes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what he wants.
But bro, he's a talented player, man, and I hope he blossoms at United, man. And I want to see United challenge again because that's where they belong.
Yeah, but
fair enough.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vishka, give me your take on the boy, the man himself, Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, man. What do I gotta say? This kid is world class. But I'm telling you
relax,
right now.
man.
I'm
Relax.
telling you right now. Hey, Abdul, don't even talk. Okay? Don't even talk about your irrelevant club right now. We need to talk about important players. Jadon Sancho.
But who
Please,
mentioned
United fans, I'm
but
begging you. I'm
who
begging
mentioned
you.
my club though?
Please be patient with Jadon Sancho. Okay, he's young.
But
He
who
needs
mentioned my
time.
club? Who mentioned my club?
Okay, don't worry about it. We're on an important topic, which is Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, please. Red Devil, I know you like good talents. Be patient with my man, okay? If he doesn't get going off right away, just stick to him. Stick by the tough times. Just like you did with Ollie, just like you did with everyone else. We need to just push through a little bit of a hump and then finally he will start blossoming.
I'm to be honest, I'm just happy with the fact that Manchester United. Do you remember? Does anyone actually remember the last?
This is our first real meeting.
See,
who's
what's
that?
going on?
Is that you? Is that Blight? Oh, it's
that was him. Oh,
that's Blight. Okay, I was like, what's going on? I was like, are you okay?
Go ahead, Red Devil. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, do you guys remember the last right winger for Manchester United? Actually, a right winger.
Dan James.
No. He was a left winger. Bought actual proper right winger for Manchester United.
The last one we had.
Nani?
Nani, Antonio Valencia. Those are the last real ones. Like,
I guess I'd say technically close. It wasn't him though. Adnan Januzaj. Adnan
Januzaj
was our less right winger. Yeah. So and we let him go in 2015, 2016 or something like that. So the point is that we've not had a proper right winger at this club for eons. So the answer to your question, to be honest, I'm perfectly fine to give Jadon Sancho as much time as he wants because we've just had people makeshift there to play there because Greenwood is not a right winger. He does a decent job there, but he's not. Lingard.
Do you think Red? Do you think he'll struggle to adapt to the league?
Nah.
I don't. With the way that Manchester United play, I don't think so. So.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see because we talk about adapting, but the thing is that like there are more creative players in Manchester United now than there are. So I think when you now got like a Pogba, I know people say Bruno's Barca, but there's still more creativity in that Manchester United side. Like in Dortmund, it was Jadon that was obviously creating for Haaland and so on and so forth. But I think that now we've got more creative players, and I think that one, the burden won't be on us, Jadon Sancho as such, and he will just add to that because his job is not only just to score goals, but it'll be to create for likes of Cavani or maybe Greenwood they're up top.
It's gonna be interesting for me to see, you know, how he plays alongside of Bruno Fernandes. You know,
that makes Bruno's life easier, man, because now you have an outlet from the wings. So
Red, you know what's interesting actually, right? You say that you're elated that you finally signed a right winger, but this season in particular, Jadon Sancho's best position has been off the left edge. When he cuts in and has room to shoot, that's been his best attribute this season.
That's true. I remember in the Champions League against Barcelona, he scored a banger from the left side.
Well, to be honest, with what's happening with Rashford being potentially out for the first half of the season, and Martial kind of neither here nor there, he might end up playing on the left.
Yeah, he can establish him. I was just thinking about that when you mentioned Rashford being injured. But yeah, that could make sense. But then, you know, you have a dilemma when he comes back. You're like, oh, well, where do I fit in Rashford?
Well, you say so. But the thing is that the way I see it, at the end of the day, there's tons of games. We know that Cavani can't play 2 games in a week. We know that. He can't play. Yeah. He's good, but he can't play 2 games in a week. So when you add in, you know, cup competitions, Champions League, and so on, when that starts, that's going to be 2 games, sometimes 3 games, depending on how congested things are. So you're going to probably have to take out Cavani and either bring in a Greenwood or potentially a Martial. And then that's how to take. Guys, don't worry. This United side is full of injuries and rotation. So I think there's going to be
squad depth is needed for sure.
Yeah, you need squad depth.
Yeah, you need squad depth.
I mean, to be fair, last season he didn't really suffer any like crucial and prolonged injuries.
Pogba was the big one.
Pogba was the big one.
But he wasn't even out that long. He was only out for like a month or 2, right?
And pretty
technically,
much we dropped so many points when he was out.
That wasn't.
Yeah, really... I'm just saying because I remember the 19-20 season, like Rashford was out for he was out for basically the whole season almost.
You read I actually think we need to sign out the central midfielder because Pogba's history the past 2 years tells me he might get injured again.
Yeah, but do you think Pogba's
and the Beaks? I mean, if I had my way, especially if Pogba commits, I would sign Jack Grealish. You know, so but I still think Pogba's a better player than Jack Grealish, no doubt.
That'll be a different level signing, man. You know, different level signing.
But he's not going to leave Villa for any less than 100 million.
But it doesn't even make sense. Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Another player, and Avran Glazer said, "Lol, another 90 minute flop, dead player, City reject."
Relax.
Avran, easy.
It's funny how he says that. So if he's a flop, then don't say man he's expected to win the league.
But I don't think Sancho makes you favorite though, you know.
No. We need a centre back and a CDM. Those are the positions.
What I'm hearing is that we might give Varane. That's what I'm hearing.
I hope you get it like a.
I mean, to be honest, Maguire has shown in these Euros that he is a good defender.
Yeah,
if he's partnered, you know, and if anyone watched the Sweden-Ukraine game in the towards the end, I was like, what happened for that second goal is what's typical of seeing Victor Lindelof this season. I'm not saying he's a good squad player, but every single time
he gets bullied, man.
Being bullied in the air and stuff. Like there was the same thing for the goal in the final Villarreal. The same goal again from I think it was a Debojevic in Sweden.
He did it yesterday.
Like for goodness sake, he's not.
Right. He did it yesterday in the 120th minute.
You know, in crucial times, stop being bullied. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Varane in this Euros has been questionable, especially in that Switzerland game.
Red. He's been questionable for a while. Like I'm a Basel fan, so I see Madrid play a lot. I mean, I don't know. Like the thing is, they do keep a lot of clean sheets, but a part of that was down to Courtois' heroics last season. I mean, Varane, he's a real, like, you can't take away anything he's achieved, you know. But, like, you can't compare him to a Van Dijk. You just can't compare him to a Van Dijk.
But he's better than Lindelof, and that's all we need.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I still think that Eric Bay, if Eric Bay was fit, I would always put partner Eric Bay with Harry Maguire. That would always be my thing because Bay tackler, he's good in the air and he's physical. He doesn't get bullied. Cool.
Yeah, why is your owner so pissed off, man?
Yeah, it's
fair enough.
But
So
he's
let
quicker. So we'll
me
see.
come to Chimera now. What do you expect from Jadon Sancho for this season? Your expectation on it. Your expectation for the new season.
That he'll add creativity and an outlet from the wings that we've been missing. Because people don't understand, we don't have a creative winger on our team. Like, because you see when teams just block the middle of the pitch, the only outlet we have from wing that's actually creative is Luke Shaw. Like, because Rashford and Greenwood aren't creative wingers. The wingers that like to cut inside and score. Sancho likes to cut inside too, but he can cross the ball and he has an eye for a pass also.
Greenwood improved a bit this season, to be fair, and I respect him for that because I noticed towards the end of the season he was crossing, he was delivering things, but Rashford and Martial on the left just don't do it. Like, they just don't do it, and I don't know why, but they don't. Dan James should do it, but it's almost like since he's come, he was doing it when he was at Leeds. Was it Leeds, Swansea, or whatever club it was? But then he's just, since he's come to United, he's just decided to play like
Swansea City,
Martial and Rashford.
Oh
and
shit! Have you guys seen Nuno? He's been announced like with the
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, definitely coming to that. Definitely coming.
We're coming to that. We're coming to that.
Yeah, but they put them in a structure and stuff like that.
We couldn't come to that, so let's end up on this.
That looks so weird. Like, we just got used to seeing him like for the yellow team, you know, and now he's holding up a special. But football is a crazy game.
That's a good signing for Spurs.
A great signing for Spurs.
I think people.
They weren't going to get better.
What he achieved. I think people sleep on what he achieved. Like last season, he was playing without a striker all season.
Well, Rafa Benitez at Everton is also a good signing. People sit low on that. I think Rafa Benitez is still grossly underappreciated.
I don't know about that, Red Devil, because it looks like a pretty toxic environment for him, honestly. The Everton fans themselves are not accepting him.
Well, he was obviously a former Liverpool manager. So that's
exactly
the big problem. But then the thing is, let's be real. If he gets them top 4, they're not going to care. They're not.
Yeah. It's just like the environment around the club doesn't seem organic right now, if you get what I mean, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. He's an excellent.
Kind of like how the toxic environment was when you guys initially got Oli. But see, he worked out, and now you guys don't really care. So
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a results game, and if he delivers Everton Champions League football, I don't think any Liverpool fan's going to go.
Nothing's going to matter at that.
Yeah.
Liverpool ex-manager.
No. You know what the funny thing is, Red? Like, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Spurs and Arsenal in regards to the top 4, like 5 next season.
No,
bro. You need to take into account that they don't have European football, man. That's such a big advantage. You don't understand it.
I mean, they also still have Arteta.
What you say?
They also still have Arteta.
They have Arteta, man. But
because bro, let's be real. If I seeing what Saka is doing at the Euros, you can see that, like, if he gets injured, then I don't know what you expect from Arsenal, because he basically carried Arsenal last season. Him and Emile Smith-Rowe. You take those 2 players out of the team, Arsenal are where? Where are they?
Yeah, but you can't cut on Aubameyang just for one bad season, man.
I think Aubameyang is suffering the expensive deal signing
syndrome,
where you got your final payout.
It's official too. Patrick
Vieira, yeah.
Crystal Palace manager.
I mean, bro.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira is confirmed as well.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Patrick Vieira too.
I'm not too sure about that signing, if I'm being real. Like, Patrick Vieira is class, but he's failed as a manager many, many places.
He did okay with Nice.
Yeah, but that's Nice, man. This is the Premier League.
But this is Crystal. But the thing is,
people out quickly.
But the thing is, the Crystal Palace, the expectation. Let's be real. The expectation for Crystal Palace is just to survive.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not really to like go and be even to go qualify for.
And it's very young. It will have more time to kind of
No, but
build
what's the
himself,
style?
man.
What's the style of play though? Because he comes from the Arsene Wenger. You know, he's
I
played
don't
under
know.
Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
So you know what's crazy? Like I've never seen Nuno wear any clothing of color before that picture.
Yeah, it's always been black.
It's always been a black jacket, bro. Always.
No, but Abdullah though, before we move, I have to say this, man. If this is my thing with Paul Pogba, man. Next year, bro, I want to see him up his defensive work rate because if you're gonna play in midfield, you're gonna have to defend. Like, there's no two ways around it.
He did it for France.
You know, Chimera, if he doesn't sign a new contract,
Yeah, but he just needs a partner in midfield. That's all he needs.
Expect if he doesn't sign a new contract, expect a long injury next season because he's not gonna give 100. He doesn't want to get injured before the summer. You know what I mean?
No, my thing is though, like my thing with that is like because even in France, they were getting annoyed at him because he wasn't defending. Like if you're playing in the midfield,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to defend if you're playing as a central midfielder.
Yeah, that was yeah. We'll talk about that later, but it's the more I think about the France loss, the more I'm kind of like that was just unforgivable.
So
to be 3-1 up with 50 minutes. But go on, Bilal, sorry.
Before we move to Nuno, I saw United are looking to get Rafa Varane because I think the Glazers are kind of angry with the way the Super League stuff and everything. They really want to challenge for the Premier League title, maybe and go forward in the Premier League. Varane Sancho coming to the United, that's like a title. That's a title challenge for me going in. I already told you already, and I'll say it again. I did not also going to Solskjaer in like 38 matches to spring United to this, like, you know, the way Pep does his job and what's called this Liverpool manager, what's his name? Jadon Klopp.
Yeah,
but he knows what to do. He knows how to change formation and this kind of stuff. I don't think Ole has that nuance as a manager to do things like for the 38 matches swing something and if something doesn't go, if something is going wrong. Does he have the ability to kind of make it right back? I'm kind of skeptical.
What? We're Vibes FC. We're Comebacks FC. Like we go down 2-0 and come back 3-2 or something. That's
know.
No, but this is the season of the lie. I mean, right before you finish, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was just saying that like Ollie, that's the thing you can take from this. I mean, to be fair, although we said we for Vieira, we still lost Vieira, but it was still on penalties. It wasn't like we lost the game in 90 minutes. So in a 38 game season, whatever you say about Ollie still has generally made Manchester United a difficult team to beat and a team that like has character. That even if we score, that was one of the things I could take from the first game was that like this team will always score goals. So even if we can,
I agree with you, but like but that's like really only strictly in the Prem because you took. In relative to how many games you played in Europe, you took a lot of L's. You lost to Villarreal, you lost to Roma away, you lost to PSG, you lost to Leipzig, you lost to Istanbul, you lost to Leicester in the FA Cup, you lost to City in the Carabao Cup. That's 7 L's in like 20 games. That's a lot of L's, you know what I mean?
What, in Europe?
Yeah. In every other competition.
Yeah, but then so I agree. But with some of those, well, in case of the Roman one, let's be real, that game was over, but after the first leg, which was like 6-2 or something, and obviously the home and away legs we were convincing against. We beat AC Milan home and away. We beat Real Sociedad to a near the top.
Bro, it wasn't convincing against Milan. Milan actually deserved to win, bro. Milan has 2 goals chalked off in the home game. Of course,
you're never. I'm not saying it's never going to be completely convincing, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is that like he's made Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has still made Manchester United a difficult team to beat in general, and a team that you can't just sit on and be like, oh yeah, we've scored 1 goal. They're obviously not going to come back. This is a team that has character, that has a degree of character that go back behind. They can come even in the Villarreal game. To be fair, Villarreal scored first. We equalized. You know what I mean? So
that's something he needs to work on, like not going down every game. You know?
So that's
I can 100% vouch for you on this, Red Devil, because if you're at your full like strength squad, you guys really gave us a tough time at Anfield. If I'm being real, you take the Old Trafford game away, you guys honestly deserve to win that match. Like if Pogba Pogba
Yeah,
buried
but
that
why
chance.
would you take the Old Trafford game away? Because you guys were missing even more defenders than United.
No, I
Yeah,
get that too, but I'm just going
I
back
think
to
the
sentiment of being like a tough team to beat, and that's very true.
yeah.
Yeah.
And let's be real. Like I've already said at the start of this thing that like I've already told you my issues with like Lindelof. A lot of goals that we conceded were basically between him being. So I guess what I'm saying is that like if you now are getting an improved centre back and CDM something into the team, then what will we see? Because I've told you with Lindelof, he's under a different coach in Sweden. You've seen the same mistakes, so you know that it's not under specifically Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for example. That's why I like how players play under different managers, because you can actually make an unbiased assessment and say, actually, this isn't the manager's fault. This is just how the play is, and that's why you need to get a better player or better coach or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
100% true. Because if you give Maguire a decent partner, he starts to get the same praise that John Stones is getting right now. John Stones is being labeled world class because he plays next to Ruben Diaz. Now, if you give someone like Varane, like Chamir was mentioning, now that is a legitimate title contending team.
yeah.
I don't think just Jadon Sancho makes you a title contending team.
No, I agree.
But if you get a defense, you start to solidify a defense.
Yeah, the
That
backbone.
is talking. You are making like real strides there. Because look at us. We had our injury crisis. What did we do? We signed defenders just to make do for the regular season. And now look at what we did. We added even more. We signed one of the best young talents in Ibrahima Konate. While United could have signed Upamecano. What happened with Upamecano, man?
Bayern just
The Bayern's Liga. The
I know
Bayern's
we
Liga.
got German politics to talk about. German
Bayern's
politics
Liga.
where
The Bayern's
Bayern
Liga happened, you know.
Exactly,
Plus,
yeah.
I'm not.
Yo, Red Devil. Imagine that they went before the season even ended. Yeah, they went in and they took the title contenders manager and best defender.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But see, it's not like Upamecano is the first example.
No,
United have let world class talents in that particular position and in defensive midfield just slip through the cracks.
Well,
and
think
let
about
other teams sign them.
Well, think about freaking. Ollie was the one that said, "Hey, Board, go and get Haaland before he went to Dortmund. Hey, Board, go and get Jude Bellingham before he went to Dortmund. Get those players. I see something in those players." And they were like, "Nah." And obviously they went. Haaland went. You know what Haaland's doing, and Jude Bellingham went, and you see what Jude Bellingham's doing. So clearly, it's what I'm saying. Like, you have an eye for talent. You can see what these talented players can be. They'll get game time, etc. But because the board is incompetent to get those players in, you have to make do. So
I understand. Before we move on, how you doing, Tosin?
Yo,
Tosin, how you doing?
what up,
What up, bro?
Give me your
What
take
up?
on the new guy, the United new signing, Jadon Sancho. Oh
Man, shout out Manchester for signing England's sixth choice winger. I mean, long time coming.
Here we go.
Wait, who's speaking, bro? I can't see it because of the screen.
His name is Tosin.
It's Tosin.
Oh, it's Tosin.
Yeah.
Tosin.
Yeah, what's up? Nah, man. I mean, it's a good deal for United, man. They got him on way cheaper than the 120 million that Dortmund valued him as.
I'm thinking they're
last
gonna
summer.
pay for like for the next 5 years. They're gonna pay. They're gonna pay an installment.
That's usually how it goes, man. You know, it's the amortization thing where you agree on a number of years to pay a transfer fee. It's never really one lump sum, these transfer deals. So, yeah, no, honestly, though, but like, you know, on the footballing side, like, you know, I mean, this is huge for United, man. Now they have another threat, you know, that's a wide playmaker that's going to give them more technical security in the final third. They'll be able to sustain pressure better against teams that sit back with Sancho.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, Sancho's a really quality player. So
How much do you think helps our attack? Like,
I mean, Rashford be doing a lot of dumb shit. So on the opposite end, so I mean, you'll have somebody that like values the ball a bit more, and
it can even it can dribble and it can beat players too.
Yeah, and he can beat players. So I mean, that'll only open things up for other players in the attack, like Rashford and Cavani and Bruno. So
Yeah, because Rashford,
yeah,
Rashford is good, but his decision making is just bad.
the thing is though, I don't know if Bruno and Sancho clash over. I don't know, but because Bruno likes to be everywhere. But
And Sancho likes the free roll too.
yeah, and I think Sancho.
That's a good point. That's a good point because Bruno, he likes to drift out a lot and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Sancho though, I think his best position is on the left. I think he'd be balling on the left.
Yeah.
Like this season, most of the games I watched him with at Dortmund, he was on the left and he was balling. So,
but Tosin, I heard that Rashford is going to be out for the beginning of the season because he's going to have surgery. So he's probably going to start on the left, like beginning of the season.
Oh, okay. Well, surgery at the beginning of the season though, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, he was playing with an injury.
It's crazy because he's not even playing at the Euros. Like, you might as well not be there and have the surgery on.
Yeah, that's clear. So, guys, let's talk about Esperanto Santos. Let me come together on this. We're hearing in summer we're gonna be having from Ose to who did they sign. I need the guy to remember the manager they signed. I think the form is starting 11 for the manager.
So they were linked with, if I recall, they were linked with Conte. That didn't go through. Then they were linked with, or they went to try and get Pochettino back. PS said
didn't go through.
Then they went for the ex-Roma guy. I've forgotten his name.
Fonseca.
He said through. Then Gattuso. He was
didn't
like,
go to.
Who else did they go for?
My dad.
They tried Eric Ten Hag too.
Eric Ten Hag, yeah, as well. So that's another one. He said no.
They tried many people, honestly. So Abdul wasn't kidding there.
Yeah, they got rejected. Man, it looked like
a lot of people rejected them. Yeah,
it looked like they're gonna get Conte for a while.
Bro, they were like me on Tinder. Like, no one was swiping right.
No. But it's interesting because then it just shows that, like, because the reason why people were rejecting was because of the lack of ambition of Spurs. So Nuno accepting the Spurs job is basically just saying, okay, I'm going to get, because I don't know exactly why he left Wolves, whether there was some internal thing, but so I don't know whether he's just him accepting Spurs just means, okay, I will, I don't know, steady the ship. Because people didn't go to Spurs because they believed that there wasn't any ambition from Levy. So
this is what Young when he signed. When you have a squad with quality and talent, we want to make the fans proud and enjoy. Daniel Levy said that it's an enormous pleasure and honor to be here. The joy, and I'm happy, looking forward to starting work. We don't have many days to lose, and we must start working immediately as a president starting few days. That's what they said.
You know what's interesting. Well, I actually completely forgot what I was gonna say, man. Come back.
Continue.
I can go real quick if you'd like.
Go, Vishka, go.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I can speak the best here on Nuno because I've been called a Wolves fan. But if I'm being real, the only reason I follow Wolves is because of this man. I've followed Nuno Espirito Santo for quite some time now, and yeah, I agree with Red Devil. This leaving Wolves kind of came as a surprise to me. I was like very shocked that he left. But now that I'm looking at his track record, he's the type of guy who likes getting into quick projects. He likes small-term projects and see what he can do with his expertise in it, right? So this is kind of like another stepping stone for him. So at the base, he's probably going to be here for about 3-4 years and see how it's going to manifest. But Nuno, man, I'm telling you right now, he's going to steady this ship at Tottenham. This wrecked ship that people have come by and just wrecked it in North London, North London things. But he's finally gonna bring some solidity to Tottenham as they've needed for years now. Because that man is disciplined. If he exudes one thing, it's discipline. And finally, those brick players who don't take their career seriously, he will show them, like, you want to play for me, you have to be very serious. You have to show me discipline. And how can you not love that in a man?
Yeah.
How can you not love that?
What is he gonna do to Harry Winks and Eric Dyer?
That doesn't matter as long as you
I know,
play with some
no.
heart.
You were just talking about the whole seriousness and like they're very unserious. But the thing is, what I was gonna say is, I wonder whether like Spurs are gonna become the new like Portugal FC, you know?
But Nuno is a very good coach for me, though. He's a very good coach, though.
Yeah, but do you think he's gonna start doing what he did at Wolves, like bringing all Portuguese players?
It's possible, though. We have to wait and see. You gotta
Yeah,
wait and see because
because,
his agent is this is Ronaldo agent. What's his name?
Yeah, Mendes.
Yeah,
Jorge
David Mendes. Yeah, Mendes.
yeah,
That's
but look at Wolves, yeah, because they have so many Portuguese players, they had to bring in a Portuguese manager. No, you wonder whether like he's gonna be scouting the market.
Abdul, I didn't want to bring this up a little earlier because I still think it's kind of like a theory that I have. But Nuno purposely stepped down so the Premier League can have even more Portuguese contingent coming in. I felt like that there was a plan that Wolves had with Nuno, and they said that, okay, maybe this would be a good time for you to step down too. So then even more Portuguese managers can come manage in the Premier League. So this can be a stepping stone for them to know and be recognized in the world stage.
It surprised me, but like, why?
I remember Mourinho.
Who owns Wolves? Is it like a Portuguese guy that owns Wolves?
No. Just Jorge Mendes like takes care of like majority of their clients there, so it works out that way. It's like when you have the same footballing agent taking care of the players, coaches, and staff, like basically in order to move to a new club, it's a lot easier to get settled in that way. So less drama, right? Less like, oh, who is this guy? Where is he coming from? You already kind of know about him a little bit because they come from the same agent and same organizations. I'm telling you, there's a lot of politics that's still involved in football. Like, I really feel like they had a vision of seeing, like, you know what, we need to get a lot of Portugal to come and develop in England because they're starting to like England. They're starting to be appreciated in England. And, of course, we can see that. It's not even just Wolves. It's all across the Prem. You see Bruno. You see Jota. This all started with Cristiano back in the day, too. So,
That's fine. Tosin, give me your take on the Nuno Espirito Santos to Tottenham Hotspur. Finally, they get a new coach, a very good coach, very, very good.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't really know too much about dude, but like, I remember when he was in La Liga, in Valencia, right?
Valencia, yeah.
So his 14-15 team. I remember when they beat Madrid 2-1 when they stopped that winning streak that they were on. Bale refused to pass to Benzema, who had an open net in that game. That was one of the craziest games I've ever seen. But yeah, I think they had Otamendi on that Valencia team. I remember Javi Fuego playing as this like halfback. Then you had Feguli, Rodrigo as this roaming player beside Paco Alcacer, and that's when Andre Gomes really like stepped up that year. Dude, they fleeced Barca, They fleeced Barca for Andre Gomes, man. But no, he's gonna actually reunite with Andre Gomes. Isn't Andre Gomes Everton now?
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, if he drops some crazy season, I mean, we'll see. But but yeah, like I don't know, like he's more focused on like the level of play principle rather than tactics and shit. So I expect him to do good. And seeing what he's done at Wolves, him and George Mendes or whatever, teaming up like I don't know, Trunks and fucking I don't know, like Gogeta or something. They just fused and they're literally just signing all these like Portuguese players. Paco Alcacer, not Paco, sorry. Who'd they sign? Like Ruben Neves, right? He was playing in the championship. Moutinho, they got him from Monaco. So I mean, he has a certain style. Like he has a positive style of play. Most managers have a positive style of play, but coming into Everton, it's gonna be a bit, tough on him. But I mean, he's got tools to work with. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah. Boycott, give me your take on the Nuno to Tottenham Hotspur.
Um, I remember a few years ago, when he was coaching Wolves, it was one of the most exciting teams in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this would be good for Tottenham. I like how he plays. I like how Nuno plays. I don't know how they played like last season though,
Mm-hmm.
but I hope he continue with that good playing style of football he played years ago. I'm hoping he still continue that because I
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen him play for a minute. Though I ain't about to lie, I haven't seen him play for a while, so I don't know how they're playing, how Wolves played last season. I'm hoping he continued that, but I hope he'll do good. Because I do like how he plays, how his football is, and I hope he gives Tottenham a Mickey Mouse Cup, anything to be honest at this point, because that club is in the dirt, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're a bunch of jokes. Like I feel bad for their fans, like especially the president, like the owner, like he's a joke. It's garbage. But I hope Nuno will bring this cup at least a Mickey Mouse Cup, at least, and get the players that Nuno wants. You know, it might be exciting. Who knows?
Fair enough. Chile, Nuno Espirito Santos.
Um, I think he himself is a good manager. I don't know about if for Tottenham just because I think for Tottenham, I mean they have to back him though, for it to be successful because
They have a sporting director on Patrioti who I think was the one who chose Nuno. It wasn't Daniel Levy though.
because I know he's a pragmatic like manager, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Tottenham and they don't have good defenders, so you can't play defensive football with no defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why Tottenham lost so many games last year because I remember they were playing West Ham one game. They were up 3-0 with 10 minutes left, and they blew the lead
Mm-hmm.
in 10 minutes because they tried to sit back and protect the lead, and they couldn't do it because they just can't defend and withstand pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So if they weren't going to back him, if their plan was just to get a manager and their plan wasn't to back the manager, I feel like they should have gone for Ten Hag because he's a guy who's good for developing players. That's what I feel like. But if they're gonna back him, then Nuno's the right fit. But they have to back him. That's the only way it can work.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So Rafa Benitez to Everton Football Club. So Red Devils City, give me your take on Rafa Benitez. No, sorry, I'm Vishka. Since you're Liverpool fans, give me your take on Rafa Benitez to Everton.
Well, I went over it a little, but the initial signing was not very good because the Everton fans have not been taking this like very well.
Mm-hmm.
They're already way too obsessed with the Liverpool rivalry, and the fact that
Mm-hmm.
an ex-Liverpool man is coming to manage them, it does
Imagine
not
the
sit right.
the the Merseyside derby. Oh my God in heaven.
Yeah.
My God in heaven. Merseyside derby is gonna be so interesting. Rafa back to what's called Anfield.
Hmm.
Oh
But I
my
mean,
God.
it goes back to how when you guys signed Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
But when you gave him time to actually give you results, it didn't really matter anymore.
Benitez will do that. He's an experienced manager. He will do that. He will give a result.
Yeah. But again, like Ollie's improved the team like quite a lot. Let's
Mm-hmm.
give the credit where it's due. So if Benitez does that to Everton, it's not really gonna matter who he managed before.
Mm.
If anything, I think it's such a great thing he's wanting to go to such a shy club like Everton and bring them success. It shows me like even Mourinho wanted to do that with Tottenham, but
It's funny you
something's.
called them shy. Didn't they beat you at home this season?
Abdul always
I mean,
thought
come on. We still ended up third, bro. Didn't
But
really
you didn't
matter.
beat them once last season, so stop calling them shy. If they were so shy, you
I
wouldn't beat.
mean, let's not even start with Barcelona now, Abdul's. But you're
No,
gonna
but
beat
you're
us all.
calling a team shy that rolled up to your crib and beat you convincingly.
Okay, all right. If you really don't want to say that, I won't say that. But in context to like bigger
No, I'm
clubs,
just
they
saying
haven't really
respect
achieved
them, bro.
much.
I'm just saying respect them because they beat you.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we talk
we
about
still
respect.
ended up coming third. So,
Yeah, well done.
but
I
anyways,
wouldn't.
back to the topic. Like Benitez, like I think he's a class manager, obviously. And if he can bring some type of success to that team, great for them, man. They have quality players. They clearly need to be like doing a lot better than they are now. So yeah, that's just
What they want to do, Rafi Benitez.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said Rafa. I was to be honest, I was surprised that Arsenal didn't get him. I was surprised that Arsenal didn't get what's his name, Brendan Rodgers at Leicester. But they thought, oh yeah, they said those guys were bum managers. Let's go for Arteta instead, and look what happened. But yeah, I've always rated Rafa Benitez. I think he did a very good job at Newcastle. Just that he wasn't. He just had Mike Ashley as an owner. So at least he's under more positive owners, let's put it that way, this time around. So I think he'll do a good job. I think obviously, as we've said, the whole Liverpool thing, Everton fans not being particularly, to be honest, I mean, it's not great because it means that he's going to start in not a positive way. But that's where I think it's going to be results business.
What is that first match in the Premier League? Who are they facing in the Premier League?
I have to look at the fixtures, but let me have a look. Let's have a look. All teams. Here we go. Everton. Scores and fixtures. It's their first. Oh, no, that's a friendly. Oh, thank God. Their first is on the 14th. It's against Southampton at home.
Southampton and who? Wow.
Southampton at home. That's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
Not bad. Then they have Leeds away and then Brighton away. So to be honest, for those 3 games,
he can get a win. Yes, the 3 wins.
3 wins, then suddenly he's been even in freaking September. He then has Burnley at home, Aston Villa away, and Norwich at home. So to be honest, his first 6 games in charge, those are pretty good.
If you can kind of study the shape and kind of get those things together,
the first hardest game he has is against United in October. So yeah, I think if he can get a good few games on his belt, especially those 5, those are winnable games. Gets Everton on side. Like I said, I don't care whether he's an ex-Liverpool manager. If he gets Everton in the Champions League, their fans aren't going to care.
No. They're gonna be happy because I think that's a success, and that has been success of them.
Even if they get a trophy this season, maybe like a League Cup or an FA Cup or something like that. I know Leicester fans this last season were disappointed they missed out on Champions League, but that's because they were in the top 4 for so long. But at the end of the day, they still got a trophy, and they're still in a better situation than Arsenal are, for example. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah, Jimmy, give me your take. Rafa Benitez.
Everton. I mean, I think Rafa's a good choice because I think the way Everton's squad is set up, they need a pragmatic manager. So I think that's a good manager to have because Ancelotti is more, the thing with I like Benitez over Ancelotti because Benitez is more of a tactician, you know what I mean? Ancelotti is more man management, keeping the squad happy, keeping them in good spirits. Benitez sometimes it can go wrong. But he's a better tactician, like as far as getting the tactics right for that day. So I think for this team, he's good because, it didn't work at Real Madrid because Real Madrid has so many personalities. He's like a coach that, he likes control, you know what I mean? But, on a team like this, Everton, where players will listen to him, the thing that worries me, though, is that Real Madrid, he didn't get along with James. Him and James didn't get along. So I don't know. That might be something to watch. So, but that's all I always say though. But I think for him, I think he'll do better with everything because he's a better tactician than Ancelotti.
Tosin, give me your take on the Rafa Benitez. Tosin, you there? Oh, Abdul, Rafa Benitez.
To be fair, I haven't watched enough of Rafa Benitez to tell you, man.
I think for me, it's a better tactician than Ancelotti, and it's like it could go pragmatic sometimes, and it could go attacking sometimes. So it depends on the position he's playing, though.
Yeah. So Chamir really hit it on the nail here. He got it right. You got a tactician versus a man manager, but when you really know how Everton played, they need more of a tactician than a man manager.
Exactly, because they have a very good player. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, they have Richarlison, so they have Bernard. Andre Gomez, Sigurdsson. So that'd be very good.
Yeah,
All
but see,
they
they
need
just
is
need
one.
some direction, like we all know. They
Exactly.
just need a little bit of direction.
I think they need a leader too. So they need a voice in the pitch, someone that can talk and galvanize that team
Sure.
together.
Oh yeah, that's a good shot. Who would that be? Yo,
I think that is
name
Rafael
off
because
some names.
Rafael Benitez has that ability in him. I think
Oh,
they need
yeah.
they need to buy like someone like a central back, something like a because I don't think Jeremina is a leader. Kane, I don't think is a leader.
I mean, they could
So
use
You
those
like
know
two
who's
of
a
them,
leader? Who's gonna
those two,
eventually turn into a leader? Ben Godfrey, dude.
Boy
That
Godfrey,
dude is so good.
he's good.
You know
Man.
who should have signed him originally? Freaking United. United, he would have looked amazing next to Harry Maguire. Come on. That was actually one of the most underrated signings this whole season, by the way. No one saw that coming. I saw him playing under Daniel Farke because I follow every Borussia Dortmund guy. If you come to Borussia Dortmund, I follow you for sure. And I saw him play for Norwich, and this dude was pulling out performances left and right, bro. But yeah, another one slipping through the cracks for United. Not a serious club, bro.
Funny. Fair enough. Tosin, you there now? Oh, he muted himself.
It will be
So,
good.
I want to talk about the last man here. What's his name? Patrick Vieira to Crystal Palace.
Hmm.
How do you guys see it going?
I
This
don't
can let
know.
me come to you. So, because I don't know his style of play, so do anybody know the kind of style of play he play in French league? Because Tosin is saying that he watched much of French league and he already muted himself. He could give us more on Patrick Vieira.
I don't think the thing with Vera, bro. I think he's gonna end up playing pragmatic football because I mean it's Crystal Palace. You can only play but so much good football for that. You know what I mean? Like they don't have the players to really play a expansive style. Like you know what I mean? He's gonna play. I think they're gonna be playing the same style they usually play. I don't see them really playing expansive football. It's just they don't really have the players to do that on their team. So I mean, there's another manager, but I still think they'll be about the same level. I mean, I don't see them getting relegated. So I mean, it just keeps them on the same level,
Wait, so here's the thing with Vieira, right? He has potential to either be really good, and he has potential to be like Frank de Boer, where he's going to go 7 matches and 7 defeats. I'm being very serious about that because the clubs that he's been to before, they've either said that, okay, he was all right for us, or he had a complete disaster class. And Crystal Palace, if you don't set them up the right way, it's very easy to become a disaster class, man. You guys know Crystal Palace. Like they're either pretty decent, they get a pretty like high mid-table result, or they're just right there in the relegation zone, man. It's scary. You don't know what to expect.
Fair enough. Tosin, you there now?
Yeah. What's
Okay,
up?
give me your take on Rafael Benitez and then you talk on Patrick Vieira. Rafael Benitez to Everton.
Oh, you're still talking about the manager stuff? I mean,
Yeah.
Rafa Benitez. Where's he going to? He's
Everton's confirmed. Everton manager.
Oh, that's gonna end up bad.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's gonna end up bad, dude. Like Rafa is just outdated.
But he's a good tactician, dude. Better than maybe I think.
Nah, he doesn't have that tag anymore. He's been so poor in his last couple jobs that I don't think you can give him that tag anymore. Like that tag goes to like, the Nagelsmans, the Tuchels, the Flicks, tacticians like Pep obviously. Like Rafa hasn't, translated in this modern incarnation of football. So
I feel
I don't know.
that's a pretty good take because I mean Benitez is probably better with like a lower team. Like a Newcastle made so much sense, man. But even Newcastle fans will tell you at times like he may have like taken them back a little bit.
Didn't they get relegated under him?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Yeah, that's just gonna end bad. It's not that's gonna end bad.
Unless if you want Everton to get relegated, it works out pretty perfectly.
And the Liverpool Everton thing? Come on, dude.
I mean, it can't really be a rivalry if one team dominates the whole time.
Yeah, true. But I mean, he was
Yeah,
an
but according
ex-Liverpool
to
manager.
Abdul, one win at Anfield, apparently you're dominating. So.
No, I'm saying like Liverpool have been so dominant over the years. I don't really see it as a rival.
Yeah,
Like between them
yeah.
and like
They never, Everton never do shit.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's not a bad shout. We were all here giving Benitez a little bit of credit, thinking he's going to do something, but that's more likely that they fail, really.
Yeah, I mean, when have Everton ever taken that step, that
That's
leap?
exactly
Like they
the
just
point.
never do it. They never do
Exactly.
it.
Because honestly, you're seeing this more in a real aspect than any of us are.
But Victor, but the funny part about it is the season may start and we may see that after Benitez go on a run that everybody could believe. But because football, you can't predict football. It's something you can do.
Bro,
You can just go there and just boom, the light up
bro,
become a
Don Carlo was just using these dudes for a check, bro. You could just tell, bro. Like he left first minute. Madrid called. I'm out.
He's like,
I'm
I'm out.
I'm done. I'm out.
No,
So
but it's
give
a
me.
good point, man. It's a good point because it doesn't even matter. It's like it's teams like Tottenham and Everton and those like. No offense or anything. I hope the fans aren't here. Like the loser mentality teams, it takes more than God to bring back a winning culture, bro. Even Jose Mourinho gave Harry Kane his best season ever, and they still decided to fire him. Like, come on, man. It takes more than like a messiah of football to come and revitalize a team like that.
Yeah.
No, even if you took the best of Rafa Benitez and you put him in Everton themselves probably won't pull out results, man.
That's true. So, Justin, give me your take on the Patrick Vieira going to Crystal Palace.
Dang, that's for real happening though.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
It's official. It's confirmed already.
Sheesh. I mean, Vieira. I mean, look, like I think he had a really good first season at Nice. Because like they were transitioning because they had
So
like
what kind of style of play does he play in French? Because I don't know his style of play yet. We don't really know that much on it.
I mean, every coach at the base wants to be positive, right? So like I think he answered it once, like in an interview, and he said like he wants to like impose a style of play with lots of 1-2s, play attacking football, all while having like a compact defensive block. See, that sounds utopian, right? That's literally what every manager wants to do. Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, you know, he wasn't able to make it work, man. Like Nice got bought by the richest man in the UK or Britain. I think his name is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, right? So he bought OGC Nice, right? And they signed Dolberg. They signed this kid, Alexis Claude Maurice, who's a baller. And like, you know, they had these what's it called? They had these players. So I mean, he didn't do anything with them. Like they were terrible in Europa League. They were terrible in Ligue 1. So they couldn't create chances for teams. And it was really just their goalkeeper. They had a really good goalkeeper that was just saving them all the time, every week. So they weren't doing anything on the other end. When he first came, though, I think they finished like 7th in Liga. They finished like 7th, and he did a decent job in terms of man management because you know Balotelli wanted to force a move to Marseille at the time, so Balotelli was like literally holding out on going to practices there. So it was like a lot of turmoil within the club, and then his only good player. Like top player, he had Youssef Attal. He brought him up, Algerian right back, really talented.
Yeah, I remember.
And then he also had Alan Saint-Maximin, who plays for Newcastle right now. Like Saint-Maximin back then, yeah, with the whole Gucci headband shit. Yo, that dude's a clown. That dude kills me, bro. I love him though. I love Saint-Maximin. But yeah, like those were like that was all Vieira was relying on, and he did a pretty good job that first season, man. Did a pretty good job. But once more expectations were tacked onto his tenure and shit, like I mean, he underperformed. So now that he's going to Palace, he's gonna have things to work with. Like, and I think it can go, it can go decent, or it can go really bad, really quick. Like some like lose the first 4 games in the league type shit.
First 7 games. I'm right with you, bro. Because this guy either is gonna be pretty decent or he's gonna end up being like Frank De Boer, man. Because Frank De Boer tried to push a lot of expansive stuff, and you can't do that with, like you were just saying, an inferior team like Crystal Palace. It all seems too utopian. It all seems way too good to be true.
Yeah.
So if you're not disciplined, or if you're not like willing to be disciplined, you're gonna get eaten up super quick, man.
That's true. That's very true. So, give me your take on Patrick Vieira.
Cool. So I'm gonna head off after a second. I'd like to set things up, but I think what's going to be interesting is actually the Arsenal reaction, because if he does do well, then you're going to see, and obviously it's a London club, so you're going to see certain fans being like, well, Vieira's got more experience. Vieira's doing well with Crystal Palace. If Arteta does capitulate, and I anticipate that he will, I'd be very surprised if Vieira just up and left Crystal Palace midway through the season and then jump ship to Arsenal. But what I am saying is that, like, if he does do well, then this could be a gateway for him into the Arsenal job. Is my point, because I think that at least Vieira, unlike Arteta, whatever you say about his record, he at least still generally has more managerial experience than Arteta does. And so, like I said, this is the perfect opportunity for him to show himself in the Premier League. Whether that will succeed or not, I don't know. But like I said beforehand, Crystal Palace's main objection is to survive. It's not really to be in the top 10 or compete for Europe or whatever. You're facing a relegation battle since you start anyway. And the only fear I have with it is that the relegation battles in the last few seasons have been quite intense. And the teams coming up now, I think, who is it? I think Watford came up.
Norwich, and the Brentford
came up. All those are like 2 of those teams are ex-Premier League teams, pretty solid. And Brentford are good fun. So it's going to be really intense down there. So he's going to have to start quick, and it's going to be quite difficult. So we'll see what happens with him now.
Fair enough. EJ, give me your take on Patrick Vieira to firstly Sancho to United, Rafael Benitez to Everton, and Patrick Vieira to Crystal Palace.
I mean, Sancho to United. I mean, everyone saw that coming. It's gonna be a great squad to the team. Like they can play more fluidity. Like instead of just playing with the 2 McTominay and Fred. Now you can play with more freedom. You have guys that can carry the ball. You don't have to trust on Bruno Fernandes to do everything. So I think it's great add to the squad. But even though I still think they need a defender or a DM for them to be title contenders. But it's a good deal for them. Rafa Benitez to everything. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how that will work out. I don't just see it like being a good connection. And Patrick Vieira to Palace.
Crystal Palace.
I don't follow his coaching career, so I don't know how good of a coach he is. So. But I think if he gets like to mid-table, like 10th in the league, it will be a success for a club like Crystal Palace, like He's not going to a team like the Frank Lampard, like all these rookie manager. He isn't going to like top teams. So I think having just getting them to a 10th position will be a fair to Vieira, and we will see what he can do. And if he's backed up, so like we will see what he does at Crystal Palace.
Fair enough. So let me go to the chat here. Sancho is a great signing to United. My only worry about him is a bit unrealistic. This might be an issue in EPL. Do you guys agree with it or no?
No, say unathletic, no unrealistic.
Unathletic. Sorry, my bad. Do you guys agree?
I don't know about unathletic. What is it? I mean, tell them the special. I don't know what does unathletic mean specifically.
mean like it doesn't
No,
work.
like he's not. Sancho's not an explosive dribbler. Like he's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna use his change of pace and just, break open the game on the counter or whatever. But the thing is though, he makes up for all of that with his footballing IQ and it's just his overall technique. Like dude's a baller. So I mean, it can either. The thing is though, like wingers don't most wingers though that typically do well in the Premier League are fast, accelerate a lot. Sancho's not really that type, but he's still really good. So
he said he doesn't. He said he clarified it by. He said he doesn't have pace and power. That's what he meant.
yeah, like he's not that type of player.
He's not a player. Yeah, I agree. He's not.
Isn't he fast though? I think.
Yeah, and with the thing is, United play like sometimes counter-attacking football, so I don't know how that will work.
And I think that fits Sancho a lot because if you're playing counter-attacking football, that's Jadon Sancho's what's called. It's border because he's very, very good on the counter. Very,
he's fast, isn't he? He's fast, right?
It's not even like on the counter. Where he really shines is just like making the penultimate action, just finding that pass. Like there's some passes that I've seen him on the counter with Dortmund where he's just weighted it perfectly for Haaland, like perfectly, like on a plate. Like Haaland just needs to take one touch, bam, like So.
Oh, Chris Jericho once said, drinking.
Drink it in, man.
Chris Jericho.
Why SK Jackson? You are sick, man. You are sick. You are sick. Come in the show, bro. Come in the show. United fans, come in. Come give me your take on Jadon Sancho. Give me your take on him. So, we want to go to the next one now. The hero. So, So, firstly, yesterday, I apologize for the fans watching yesterday because I was cooking poundo yam and egusi. So I was kind of a little bit hungry. And I also has a visitor too who came to my room who came to my house to greet me. So I was doing 3 things at the time. So I don't want to get myself confused. So I was like doing the stream, also cooking and kind of attending to visitors. So I wasn't able to concentrate much on it. So I apologize to the people watching because we did a watch along for the Sweden and Ukraine match. So I was not able to finish up this talk, but I apologize for that too. So firstly, we're going to talk about the round of 16, France, England, Ukraine, and we're gonna talk about the quarterfinals because it's been set. Let me bring out the squad predictor. Euro squad predictor. The tournament predictor. Sorry, my bad. So. So the quarterfinal is set. It's set now. So Italy versus Belgium, I believe. So it's set. So the quarterfinal is Italy versus Belgium. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Italy, Belgium, Switzerland, Spain, Ukraine, England, Czech Republic, Denmark. So that is for the quarterfinal. So, Dawson, firstly, give me your because you didn't speak much on the France. You speak a little bit on the France. Give me your take on the France versus the France match, the England and the Ukraine versus Sweden.
Oh, I didn't watch any of those games except the France game.
You didn't watch? Oh, wow.
Yeah, but no, I saw the highlights. Though. I saw the highlights. I mean, man, congratulations to the England fans, man. Like, Blue Ice and NK Dolls, they were flaming me in the back room.
I know.
So,
because of Kylian Mbappe, we understand.
No, not because of Mbappe, because of me shitting on England, saying that they weren't going to win.
So. I was in the mud already. I knew I was in the mud. I know. I took my L already.
Yeah, I got to take the L. Yeah, I mean, England were just better. You can't take that away from them. Although Declan Rice, from what I saw in the highlights, should have had a red card. That's a red card. That's a red card offense.
Kevin Phillips too. Should have been.
I didn't see anything, man. I didn't see anything.
Bro, no, dude, he clipped somebody from behind, bro.
I have no memory of that.
Well, whatever. The dude was through on goal and he clipped him from behind, bro. Like that's a red. But
I think I saw that. No. If I recall, I think Maguire, one of the defenders, was to cover. so I don't think he was the last man.
He was the last man. Maguire Maguire was there, so I don't think
Maguire,
it was
I think, was there.
Yeah, okay, it wasn't okay.
I don't think
All
it was
right,
the
yeah,
last
I stand corrected. But I mean, overall, England showed what they're about. You know, they have a bunch of number 10s, literally, and you know they brought on their best number 10 in Grealish, and you put it on the plate for Kane. Kane just had to check back a little to finish that. And, you know, Sterling played a very good game as well. Sterling's been the one constant. So he scored 3 of the team's 4 goals at the tournament, right? So you got to give Sterling his props. But overall, man, it's just, I mean, this shit is a joke, man. All y'all be playing all y'all games at Wembley. Shit is a joke.
Their quarterfinal will be
Shit is a joke. That ain't fair, bro.
Tosin,
That ain't on an even plane.
their
Like, it ain't
quarterfinal will
fair,
be in Rome. It's gonna be in Rome, so it's gonna be difficult for them because now they're out
yeah,
of
but then
that.
that's the one game. I mean, and they're gonna have it tough against Ukraine. If Ukraine, the thing with Ukraine is like their team, they have like a real good like team unity about them. I saw them like stifle good teams like France and Netherlands and stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, fair enough. So, Devil, give me your take on the hero. Ukraine, England, Ukraine, and everything. So, and your take on the quarterfinal draw.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to bounce the 5 to set up my live stream. But so obviously England beat Germany. I think that a lot of respect has been given to the gate, as we're going to call him, the gate. Because let's be real, people said that Germany were going to lubricate England. And the irony is that like a lot of people said that Czech Republic and Croatia were small banter teams, and how could England just beat them or whatever? Yeah, we saw what Czech Republic did to Netherlands, and Croatia, obviously with Spain, not dead. So you're now looking at the group of death, which is supposed to be the group that is supposed to generate the winner. They're all out. You know what I mean? You know, so clearly there's something in this group, and you know, what I would say though is that it's clear. Sorry about that. My phone is just going off all the time. It's clear that Jack Grealish is England's best player, in my opinion, second by Raheem Sterling. Because as soon as Jack Grealish came on, we actually created more, and that actually helped us. But going on to like Ukraine are a good team, a good side. It's going to be difficult for England, and I don't think we're going to play the same back three that we played against Germany. So I think we're going to go out. I think we're going to chances. But that said, England are obviously favourites, aren't they? They are favourites, and we have the quality, we have the depth to be able to do things. You know, so I still think that although they scored the 2 goals against Sweden, who were quite brickish, I still think that England have more attacking options, obviously, than Ukraine, and so more ability to score goals. And I just think if Southgate goes out to attack this time, then we should be able to get the deal done over Ukraine. You know, that's my defense.
YSK Jackson, how you doing, brother?
I'll see you guys in a bit. See you later.
All right. YSK, how you doing?
Abdullahi, my guy.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Firstly, give me your take on Jad. Firstly,
it's the Jad is here. He's arrived. He's coming home.
He's
coming home. He's coming home.
Your take on Jadon Sancho. Your take on Sancho. Your take on Rafael Benitez to Everton. Patrick Vieira to Crystal Palace. Nuno Espirito Santos to Tottenham Hotspur. And then give us your take also on the quarterfinal draw for the Hero. And a little bit of a take on the random system for the quarterfinal.
So, first of all, on the Jad, the main man is this has been like at least like 3 or 4 years in the making now. It's been 4 years in the making. So I am extremely happy. And you know it's gonna be real good in that United shirt next season. And I think it's a shame that we can't see him play for England. I think Southgate has already he's already fixed on the team that he wants to play, and I don't think, unless some kind of injury happens, I don't think the Jad will play. But with that in mind, I'm happy. I care less if he doesn't play a single minute in this Euros. I could not care. It's done. All I'm waiting for now is the United socials to bring out that graphic. That's it. That's all I'm waiting for.
Exactly.
So
Benitez to Everton.
Benitez. It's an interesting one. I didn't see that going.
Is this RoboCop or what, man?
I mean, all three of them. All of them. Was it Patrick Vieira and Nuno as well?
Yeah.
But Benitez, I think the Benitez Everton thing, I think you're looking at it in hindsight. I think that's a very good combination. I think that will work. I think they're not similar managers, Ancelotti and Benitez, but I think that experience, Everton has always been successful with experienced managers. So I think Rafa Benitez's different outlook to Ancelotti will, I think, only help them. Everton is on the up. And I think the inclusion of Benitez will hopefully get that extra step forward and maybe even challenge those Champions League spots, considering that top four, that fourth spot is always available, and the fifth spot as well. So
and he's an experienced manager. Very experienced.
Exactly,
very
he's a European. He's got European experience as well. So that's a very good function. So Patrick Vieira
to Crystal Palace.
I don't know what to think of that, to be honest. And Vieira is one of those things. A world-class player, turned manager. Yeah, very minimal experience in management. It's an experiment, and it's an experiment that could end up. You could end up seeing Crystal Palace, lurking around in the mid-table next season. You don't know, or they could just get relegated horribly wrong. It's just one of those. It's just. I mean, listen, he can't be worse than De Boer. So as long as he can win games, score a goal in 7 games, I think that's a success. So I think that's a success.
Nuno, finally.
Nuno. Finally. They finally got something.
After 365 years, finally.
Finally. They finally got one. I'm just happy they're going in with a manager, to be honest. And to be fair, the list of people that they had to go down, I didn't even think they'd get a manager, because it just went from level to level, lower and lower. And Nuno is a good pull. It's a good pull. And
so are we gonna see the bunch of Portuguese players, all of them in Tottenham Hotspur?
No, yeah, Nuno pretty much turned Wolves into Portuguese team. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if Kane now, what happens with Kane, with Nuno coming in, and how that dynamic turns out. I still think he'll end up leaving regardless, but we'll see what happens there. And it's gonna be interesting to see how, because Nuno is a very defensive-minded manager. I know Wolves. Yeah, well, he's a defensive-minded, but then obviously plays on the counter. He relies on the counter attack with the pace. So with obviously Mourinho, what Mourinho did at Tottenham, they already had the pragmatism already instilled in there, and they obviously got the players. So it could work out, but then it's Tottenham suffer from, as HH would say, loser syndrome for life by the end of it. So you don't know with Tottenham. We're gonna, because I need to bounce real quick.
The last one is Euro, yeah.
Euros. So are we talking about the quarters?
Yeah, we're talking about the round of 16, but we're already breaking the round of 16. We're going to talk about the quarterfinal. Like, who's the favorite?
Abdullah. Don't mention that guy's name. Don't mention the tragedy's name. Don't mention his name. Bro, everyone hang out. It's gonna get ugly. I'm not, because he thought he got away with it. He thought he got away with it after the post match. He got away with it. I got receipt after receipt after receipt ready, lined up and ready to go. So tune into the hangout tonight. So I'm not gonna speak on that, but because you in terms of the quarters, Belgium, Italy, is what was it? What's his name? Zad and is De Bruyne and Zad available?
They're out. They're out. They're out.
They're both
They're
out. They're
out.
both of them out.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. See now, now that makes it interesting. You know what it is, yeah. As much as I like to troll Hitch and varieties, this and that, I honestly believe when that dude plays, Italy plays so much like without Verratti in midfield, they play with such they play such positive football without him, and you see in the group stages. Back in, they were slow in midfield. They didn't ball forward to the final third quick enough, and you saw that in that game against Austria. And then when once the game starts changing, they start playing more positive. So I think if he's fit, he starts obviously because it's Verratti. But Mancini could end up changing his mind and play Locatelli in there, and that could, especially with De Bruyne and Zard out, because Zard is picking up form. Especially if he's like to clown him, he's picking up form. I've already seen him pick up form more and more as the game's gone. So, but me personally, I think Italy will get it done. I think the De Bruyne and Zard both being out. I think that will affect Belgium heavily. Anything we've learned in this tournament is that you can't just go with the big name team at all. So, I personally think it can say what's up in this quarter. And then what's the next one? Sorry, it's Switzerland and
Switzerland and Denmark.
Switzerland, Spain.
Oh, Switzerland and Spain. Sorry.
Switzerland, Spain.
Yeah.
Switzerland and Spain. I think this guys would obviously say our Swiss knocked out France and there's not much we're gonna get to him. I don't know what time it is. I think it's like 10:10 the hangout. So tune in. Switzerland, Spain. I think Spain have a very comfortable game. I think the matchup is very much in favor of Spain. I think they'll dictate the possession. Switzerland will play on the back foot. They'll look to counter. They'll very likely will play very block like they did against France, and wait for those opportunities to break in behind. But I think Spain, Morata might be picking up some form, especially with that goal. His pretty sky high, got death threats and all sorts of shit. So after scoring that goal, his confidence is going to be high. So I think Spain get the job done comfortably with this one. Ukraine and England, guys, did it. They did it. They took out their bogey team in international football, but it's a very England type move to now then go on and get lubricated by Ukraine.
Yep, that's true.
It's a very England type thing to do.
Everybody has been saying the same thing for a very long time.
Yeah, it's a very England type thing to do that. But I think as much as I don't want to underplay you, I think England I feel like honestly this tournament might be just this. Like I think it's one of those cases where the stars have aligned and they're gonna get the job done. And here's the thing: for me now, with Germany out and Netherlands out, for me it's finals minimum. Finals minimum or it's a fail because this side of the draw, if you're just looking on paper, and the teams, individuals in the team, these lot should breeze past everybody in this side of the draw. Saying that football's not played on paper, so, and I think with the next game as well, the Czechs and Denmark can definitely say what's up. They're riding that sentimental momentum all the way to the final. I feel like, I think they're gonna ride a whole Eriksen situation. I think that's giving them an extra kind of motivation going ahead into the later round. And they also get the job done against Czechs, and with England and Ukraine, I want to see because here's the thing. We like to clown these dudes, right? When they lose, it's funny to clown them because it's like they hype everything up, but when they win, it's some of the most funniest shit happen when they win. Like these guys, literally, the full-time whistle win, and my neighbor came out outside and screamed something. He screamed something. He came out. He's like, I think like 70. He came out out the door and just screamed something at the top of his lungs. The full-time whistle when he screamed something. These dude does the most hilarious shit when it goes right for them. And I think Ukraine and England. I think England get the job done. They have too much firepower. Kane, like Morata, I think that goal might really help him pick up his form as well into the later rounds. But yeah, no, that's what I think is going to happen. England, Denmark in the semis, and Italy and Spain in the other semi.
Good. All right. No worries. Thank you. Oh, let me come to Tosin now. Watching the semi final.
I'm a bounce. I'm a bounce.
Okay, all right. No worries. Peace, brother. Peace. So, Tosin, your take on the quarterfinal. Now everything is set up, is ready. The first one is Belgium, Italy, Switzerland, Spain, Ukraine, England, Czech Republic, and Denmark. So, who goes through to the semis? Who drop out? Oh, Tosin is not there. Vishka, give me your take on that. So, your take on the quarterfinal. Belgium, Italy, Switzerland, Spain, Ukraine versus England,
so like
and
I mean, you gotta take the game. You gotta take the teams on form, man. You gotta see who's playing the best football right now. Who do you think is playing the best football, Abdullahi? Can I just ask?
I think Italy and Denmark.
Italy, right? Exactly. You just said it. And guess who's in my final? Those are the two teams that are going to my final, bro. Denmark has to play. Denmark is playing for so much pride right now for Christian Eriksen, bro. And Italy's clearly just playing the best football, bro. I know everyone wants to see England in the final because they got all that games in Wembley, but now that I'm thinking about it, this Ukraine game is a typical trap game, bro. You know it. You being a United fan, you know those away games that are just like so tough to play, you know? Like something like Fulham away or like fucking you know what, a Burnley away. And you need a Pogba screamer to like win that match. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm taking Italy in this match. And then I'm actually taking Switzerland in that next match because they just play with so much heart, bro. They're playing like very organized football and just dude, their build-up was actually pretty damn good. I know Spain matches up a lot tougher than Switzerland, but yeah, I think Switzerland's brave enough to really pull out a result over here. So I'm gonna take Switzerland in that, and then I think I originally had England still winning, but Ukraine actually plays some good football. Ukraine's problem is they can get opened up very easily. They don't have a good defense, so that's an issue. But we'll just hope like England is like not on good form, and they just don't want to score. Which you can bet on sometimes, man. You can bet on England not pulling through. And this is the typical game.
I have guessed. See, I've been at the moment right now when the Euro starts. I've taken so many hills. So I have literally just laid up because I've taken so many hills. One from France, they pissed me off. They fuck everybody off. Portugal followed again. Germany followed. Now England has gone into. So many hills I've taken in this Euro. I just have. What can I do? I just have to like keep short and just like I get that.
So what are you doing? Well, who are you picking then?
I don't even know who to pick because every of my pick this year has gone into Gabi.
Has been an L. Yeah, I feel that. I still feel that. But like I doubted Italy, and they kind of shut me up with the kind of football that they're playing. I just didn't trust Bonucci, and now that Chiellini's injured, that's kind of scaring me too. But like you just got to give the teams credit, man. The football is telling us. All these other people, they're latching onto expectations of what the team have. It's kind of like a United syndrome. Just because you're United, that doesn't mean you should be performing. Like if your team is shite, your team is shite. Like if you don't have the personnel to like keep up, if you don't play good football, it's not gonna work out. So for real, just like Italy, give it to Italy and give it to Denmark, bro. Even if Denmark meets England, I fancied them because I'll send you my bracket. I think you see my bracket too, Chamir. After I did the France match, after the France match, I could finally think like objectively. You can think very objectively after the France match.
Wow, Chimere, looking at the quarterfinal now, who are you picking for the semis? And who's gonna go out? And who's going to favorite and another underdog?
Yeah. So am I predicting?
Give me your take on the quarterfinal doors. It's been out already.
If we're going Belgium, Italy, man, I'm rolling with Belgium.
Belgium?
Going with Belgium.
Without KDB, without Hazard, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the brave pick. I'm gonna roll with Belgium.
Wow.
You're gonna go Belgium?
Yeah, Switzerland, Spain. I'm also take the underdog. I'm gonna go Switzerland for that one.
Switzerland? Ooh.
Yeah. And Ukraine, England. That one is tough because I think Ukraine will give them a test, but I'll just England just because I trust them a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Czech Republic.
I think Denmark will take that one. Denmark have shown me something these past. I think they'll take that one. Denmark has shown me some the past couple of days. Then who else? Is that it? Is that all the quarters?
Yeah,
that's
those are all
quarter.
quarters.
So who do you think is gonna go to the semis? 4 teams that's going to the semis. Give me your 4 teams that you know.
Belgium, Switzerland, Denmark, and Belgium, Switzerland, Denmark, and England.
Belgium, Switzerland, Denmark, and England. If you can give me your semifinals pick, 4 teams.
Italy, Switzerland, England, Denmark.
So let me pick my before.
I want it to be Ukraine, man.
Mine is Belgium, Switzerland, Ukraine, Czech Republic, Ukraine and Denmark. My bad. That's my 4 teams in the semis.
I want it to be Ukraine, man. I'm being serious because it seems like
England is like the problem with England is they could beat this team and just go to Ukraine and just lose. England can do it.
Yeah,
that's typical England. Typical of them. And Ukraine doesn't they don't open up that much. They are very, very pragmatic. They will hit Yamelenko, Malinowski, Miranchuk, so many players that you don't even know them. Zinchenko, when they're ready to play football, oh my god!
They play good football, right? They play good football.
Yeah, exactly. Zinchenko have done a very good job, so I respect them for that. So, Emmy, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Abdullahi, can you hear me?
I can hear you, loud and clear. So, firstly,
I hope my mic is not a break today.
No, it's okay, loud and clear. Firstly, give your take on Jadon Sancho, official United player, Rafael Benitez to Everton, Patrick Vieira to Crystal Palace, Nuno Espirito Santos to Tottenham Hotspur, and give me your Euro take for the quarterfinals and the semis.
Oh boy, that's a lot. I'll first start with Patrick Vieira to Crystal Palace. A good one though. I'm happy for him. At least that's the role I thought Lampard was going to take, right? It's a team that would be rebuilt. Crystal Palace, I think they have about 7 or 8 players that have left for free at the end of the season because their contracts expired, right? And they're going to kind of rebuild. I think the owner looks like someone that's going to bring out a little money, because if you're going for a high profile coach, at least a good coach, an okay coach like Vieira, who has some good experience, I'm sure they're going to give him some money, to spend. It will be interesting to see their style of play and how they get into the Premier League. For Rafa Benitez in Everton, I think it's a good deal for Everton. I think one thing that Everton lacks is mentality in their team. They have good players. When you look at their team, they look like a team that should be finishing higher than where they are. I thought Ancelotti would do something with them, but Ancelotti kind of has lost it a bit in terms of modern approaches, modern management. Of course, he's a legend of the game in terms of of all the things he's won, but I think he's not transformed his style a bit more to suit actually helping his teams to actually win ugly, not always winning beautifully, right? You can win ugly too. It's all 3 points. I think Benitez will teach them how to win ugly and make them harder to beat. And I'm sure the owners of Everton are very ambitious. They still they're seeing what Leicester is doing. They want to chase that top 6 and replace either Spurs or Arsenal in that top six. So they're rich, they have money. Iranian guys, they have a lot of money.
They have the
But
ambition.
yeah, they have the ambition. They're just looking for that right manager, and that's why I see Rafa Benitez. Boom! I think it makes total sense because they can give him funds. They don't have to go buy, Haaland or Mbappe, but he has a good network in Spain, where he can get some decent young players that can come in and do the job, right? And then I think he's keeping Duncan Ferguson. That's actually a huge one because Duncan is everything true and true. If you watch Duncan back in the 90s when he played with our guy Amokachi. Yeah, when they won the FA Cup, I think in '94. They were a very, very strong team. But I think Benitez is going to do well. The next you asked about Sancho
to United. It's officially done. Confirmed.
Yeah. It's done. I think it's a good move for Man U. It's a good move for Man U. So it's going to be Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left, Cavani through the middle, Pogba and Bruno behind them. It's not a bad front five. What I think would be a problem is how so against the small teams, right? When I say small teams, I mean the teams 10th to 20th in the league. I think United can beat those guys. Now the problem is when it comes to the top teams, like the top teams. I know they've had success in the recent time, but they've not been consistent enough to be able to actually push a challenge for the league title. I think that's something that is down to the experience of the coach. I think their goal is to say, you know what, we're gonna continue to build with this guy Ole Gunnar. He's gonna keep gaining the experience, and maybe one day, just like Sir Alex Ferguson, after 4 or 5 seasons before he won his first title, back in 1993 or so.
Because the problem is with all these players now, and if they don't do well in the PL, already gonna be in massive pressure because now they're giving.
I think he's already under massive pressure because if you look at it, his contract is not being renewed, it's not being extended. He's out of contract next season. I think I might be wrong. Next season or the next upper season, but he has less than 2 years left on his current deal, and Man U is not actually looking to renew. Remember the reason why they kept Ole Gunnar as the replacement to Mourinho? They gave him a temporary deal, which they turned permanent. Before the end of that season, which I think was a big mistake. There were a lot of very good options available in the market at the time. They could have gone for a more experienced hand, and I tell you, if they did at the time, United would have gone further in their development compared with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think I don't know. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will not win the league. He'll win a cup at some point, I think. But if you say, will he win the league? Win the league means you have to be the most consistent team over 38 games in an 8-9 months period. I don't think he has the experience. Because if you look at who he's competing against, he's competing against Pep, Tuchel, Klopp. Those guys know how to win a league. They know, what it takes to win a league title. He's done it as a player. I don't think he can do it as a coach, at least based on what we've seen. I don't care if they buy him all the players he needs. Like maybe I think after Sancho, I heard they're getting Varane. Calamity. I would not see Abdullah. Put me on record. I would never trade Christensen for Varane. Never. Christensen is light years ahead of Varane. And let me tell you something. Yes, let me tell you something. If Varane was in a different club where there was no player like Sergio Ramos, he doesn't win the Champions League titles. He doesn't. And let me tell you another thing. If Varane did not have Umtiti in 2018, France don't win the World Cup. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I will tell you, Varane is a real liability at the back.
Liability, yeah.
Huge liability at the back. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think.
But Rafa Varane with Maguire.
I don't think he's someone that you can build your team around and say, hey, we have a defender that's going to help us. You know.
But Varane and Maguire could work good because Maguire is a very good defender, so he could easily help Varane to go together as a team.
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense. Yeah, so that means Maguire will be the main person, right? And then they will have Maguire and Varane. I think that might work. I think that might work.
So give me your take on the quarterfinal match towards the semi-final. Who are you picking for your 4 teams?
Oh, you know what? Abdullah, move to someone else. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Someone.
Everybody have already spoken. Have anybody spoken already? Oh, okay. Yeah. Who have spoken about this stuff? So, United need to fill out the middle two. Yeah, they need a center back and a DM for me though. A center back and a DM. I think with the center back and a DM, that could work easily for me. Anyway, could work for me though. So I want to talk about something. I'm not sure if it's gonna be 2 years, but according to the Athletic just tweeted it out now, and everybody, all the tier journalists are putting it out. Let me come to visual on this. Alan to Chelsea, they're already saying woman already being the driving force for the day to be two. He said he want it to be done in Chelsea Football Club, regardless of what people want. He wants it to be done. So give me your talk on Haaland. If Chelsea sign Haaland, United Sancho, how do we expect the Premier League to shape up? Rich, are you there?
Oh, you want my thoughts?
Yeah,
I
Haaland
really
to Chelsea
don't
because
think.
they need the
I
reporters have been carrying that
really don't
he's
think
gonna
you
go to
guys are gonna
Chelsea,
sign Haaland.
regardless of whatever people say. It will be a Chelsea player because Roman is the one driving the deal. He wants it to be done as soon as possible. He wants it to be done.
Are you sure? Like Haaland?
So yeah, because Roman already said they will tell the Tottenham they want to pay the money, regardless of what Tottenham said. They want Haaland in Chelsea. That is the first priority.
Yeah, I don't know if Haaland wants to sign though for Chelsea. If I'm being very honest, like Dortmund made it very clear that he gave a gentleman's agreement that he would stay at least 1 more year.
Yeah, but Dortmund said, based on Dean Joe, it's a very close relationship to Dortmund. He said if Chelsea pay 160 million, which is approximately 125 euros, Dortmund will sell. They will sell Haaland. They will think about it and say Haaland. They will sell him. That money speaks.
Yeah, money talks. Money talks.
They said if Chelsea tabled cash, no player swap, cash to Dortmund, they will eventually sell, regardless of what agreement they have or not. It was. I mean, no realize the one already pushing the deal. It wants Haaland done.
Okay. I mean, if it's, I'll believe it when I see it. If you make it happen, then guess who's like right up there in title charging? Chelsea, man.
Chelsea, yeah.
Even without him, they're actually still in the title challenge talk. But a lot of people are doubting them. But clearly, that's Tuchel's aim. Tuchel won the UCL because he's trying to show that he's trying to take this club to a new level.
To a new level, yeah.
Because, actually, who would be a good signing right now? Adama for like 20 million, 25 million. Because Reece James is being trained into playing right center back, which I love, by the way. Because you need a technical guy now in this new modern football to play at center back. So, I love that move. I don't know if Haaland is the right move. Because, a lot of people disrespecting Timo Werner, man. He has so much value to the team without just goals. Everyone else will score goals. It's like us with Firmino. We know Firmino's worth. That's why we don't slander him. He could go 0 goals in a season as long as we win things. I don't care. I'm being very serious right now. You just won the Champions League. You really think anything right now? I don't give a fuck.
Regardless of what is, we gotta give him a backing because he deserves a backing. We just won the UCL. I agree.
Exactly. You just won the Champions League, man. Like this buys so many teams like years. But you know, it's Chelsea. It's Chelsea. It's different rules in Chelsea. You gotta perform all the time in Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. So to round it up, Chimere and to Vishka now, will Haaland come to Chelsea? Yes or no?
No, man. You heard what I'm telling you. I know Dortmund very well. I told you I'd follow Dortmund very well. But I didn't hear about this source that you were talking about. So you could be right, really. Because Roman got money, man. Roman got money.
Yeah. And one thing I know about Roman is if he wants something, he wants it. No, regardless of what
he
will get
wants
everything he wants. See, Marina Ganaski is the one operating. It doesn't care. Roman will tell you, Marina, get out of the way. Let me do the job. Let me do it myself. It's my job. Let me do it. It's my job. So Vishka and Chimere, how confident are you? Like 1 to 10 is gonna sign for Chelsea? 5/10, 6, 1 over 10, 2, 3.
Yeah, Chimere, if you have any thoughts on Haaland.
Oh, Chimere says he's gonna be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so fair enough. I think that's gonna be the roundup for the kind of topic for today. It was a little bit very kind of early because I wanted to do it on Friday, but hopefully I will plan to do on Friday. We'll talk much about because we're gonna be talking much on transfer on Friday and also the hero too. So guys, make sure you like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe the vid. I really appreciate you guys and people who send super chat. I appreciate you guys. Keep liking the vid, keep liking, subscribe, guys. Also on Friday, we're gonna be doing the watch along for the Italy versus Belgium match. Make sure you join us. And also, we're gonna be doing after the. I will talk a little bit about the Copa America. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do Copa America, but I will do the Italy versus Belgium. Surely, I will do the Italy versus Belgium. Surely. And also, we're gonna touch on a little bit of the transfer. So we're gonna see where something's gonna go to. Then whatever I go to, we're gonna talk about it. So guys, I appreciate everybody that coming in. Catching me, everybody coming in. I appreciate everybody. And peace, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you, bye. Kenzo. Peace, everybody.